So I am more of a swing trader. My main time frame is the daily time frame. So I like to apply multiple time frames. I'm sure Brian touched on this quite a bit in his presentation yesterday. But the way that I kind of set up my trading business is, the higher time frame for me would be the weekly or monthly chart. I want to see the complete picture. How extended is the stock, or has it been in a multi-month base and we're potentially just starting a move? Where are we in relation to the 10-week moving average is key for me. Ideally, I want to be getting involved in bases that are just kind of getting going out of a 10-week or out of a weekly base, and the 10-week moving average can be a great way to judge that. And then I always want to ask myself, am I fighting a higher time frame trend? You may think, hey, I've got a 2 to 3 week base in a stock, but it's right after, a monthly, shooting star that's extended from the 10-week or 10-month moving average. It's unlikely to work. So from a higher time frame perspective, those are some of the questions I'm asking myself, so that when I do step down to the daily chart, to my actual trading and execution time frame, I'm in alignment with that higher time frame. So then when I come to the daily chart, basically this is where I'm analyzing, the daily bars and those daily 10 and 20 period moving averages, to actually set up my trades and execute, to set up my trades. And then from an execution or, risk management perspective, I'm looking at the hourly or 15-minute chart. So the reason I drill down into the hourly or the 15-minute is because I can get a trade on based on that time frame with tighter risk, which can allow me to increase my position size. So that's why I do that. So for the most part, on the weekends, I'm going through my higher time frames and I'm kind of scanning the entire market. And then when I kind of come up with my overall list for the week, I'm going to my trading time frame, the daily time frame, and I'm, mentally setting up my trades. Hey, this is my pivot. When we clear this level, I want to get long, etc. And then throughout the day, let's say the, 5 to 6 stocks I'm really interested for the day, I'll have the hourly charts of each of those names on one of my screens. And then on my other screen, I'll have like the weekly, daily, hourly, 15-minute, so that when I actually see something starting to happen, I can pull it up there and I can drill in a little closer with the 15-minute. Then lastly is what I call the laser focus time frame, or really I kind of just made that up for this presentation, but the 5-minute chart. I really use this mainly in 2 ways. So, if I am doing some day trading, I'll be looking at the 5-minute, but for the most part, I use it when I get an intraday reversal extension off of a daily support level. So let's say I'm trying to buy a pullback to the 20 period moving average on the daily chart. I might be looking for a reversal extension on the 5-minute chart. That's about the only time I actually trade the reversal extension. I find it's a harder, pattern to execute. So maybe if you're starting out, you kind of wait and you play more of those intraday wedge pops because they're kind of easier to spot. And then I utilize it on the open. So if I have a lot of conviction in a trade, maybe it's a chart with a big base, and it's got an earnings catalyst and it's gapping up, and I want to trade it right on the open, I'll be looking at that lower time frame chart. One thing I would say, just in general, is don't get in the habit of looking at the 5-minute chart unless you're at a higher time frame level. Because if you're looking at the 5-minute chart all day long, you're going to see a ton of trades that just aren't there. You can find patterns every 5 minutes on the 5-minute chart, and the key is to make sure you're looking at that time frame at an important higher time frame level. So that's key for me, is combining these multiple time frames to make sure that I'm putting on the highest probability trades, where I've got, the weekly players, the daily players, the, hourly or intraday traders are all trying to buy my stocks at the same time. It's going to give me a better chance of having success.